Hi there, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to part 2 of my Oracle and Tarot card collection. So this is, like I said, this is no particular order in which I'm showing them to you, apart from I'm just picking them out from my top shelf, bottom shelf, and all of that. So, okay, so the next decks that I'm about to show you are ones that I use a lot less often than compared to part 1. Not for any particular reason. I just find them to be a little bit more I don't know, specific. Something that I just wouldn't reach out to daily necessarily. I don't know. This is, by the way, I do apologize, I keep doing this, the Spirit Animals Oracle by Jody Bergsma. So this is apart from the Archangel Animal Oracle, this is the only animal deck that has the information on each animal, like kingdom. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Basically, it has a lot more, this one has a lot more earthy feel to it, a lot more, you know, yeah, I suppose grounded approach to what the animal energy is like, as opposed to that Archangel Oracle, which has a little bit more of the spirit. Oh gosh, I'm forgetting my words today. Anyway, I'm not going to be talking about the other deck. Let's just focus on this one. If you want to find out what I'm on about, please watch part 1. I tried not to ramble too much whilst flipping through cards, by the way, so that the video is not too long. These are beautiful, by the way. Beautiful. They are quite large. This is one second, let me just check the publisher. It comes with like a whole layout for a spread that you can do. Oh yeah, US Games. Okay, next I have the Angel Tarot by Jane Wallace. Now I do angel, sorry, this is not really easy to open, look. There we go. I do angel card readings mostly, so that was my actually thinking process, that if I want to use some tarot cards whilst doing an angel reading, I thought, well, then why not get an actual angel tarot for that purpose? Not like I can't, you know, I can obviously use normal tarot cards for every reading, but I don't know, that was just my thinking. I suppose maybe it was just a good excuse for me to get another deck, probably. But I quite like that it has, I wanted one deck that would have, you know, a bit of a keyword, to have a keyword at the bottom, so that it gives a little bit of extra information during my angel reading, but it doesn't necessarily require me to go in depth into the whole meaning of each card as per tarot system. Okay, anyway, that was my kind of thinking when I was getting them. And I like it. I like it. I haven't used it much. I need to take it out a bit more. I do think it's very nice. It's a glossy, those are glossy cards, but they're very easy to use. They're quite thinner but longer. Yeah, very easy to shuffle and even riffle shuffle and everything. And the box, I mean, you've just seen the box, so it's not the easiest to take out, but that's okay. And then you have a booklet in color. But yeah, I mean, the cards like this one, it just fell there at the back. It's not like, I don't really like this, you know, plasticky thing that's just inside kind of holding it all together. But anyway, I'm not buying the cards for the box really. So I can live with that. Okay, so next one on the list of less used is the TAO Oracle by Madhava Padma. And this is because I have started studying human design. And as you know, the I Ching or I Ching, however you say it, is very much related to human design. And I just wanted to have cards, basically, that would help me learn a little bit more, and also, you know, if I wanted to use them in a reading, I could then refer back to what I've learned from human design. I haven't used them much yet. I think I've read with them for myself once and it was very on point. They're definitely a lot deeper messages. If you know anything about I Ching, you'd know that that's how they roll, basically. I don't know if I like the guidebook very much, to be honest, because I've learned human design first, then I read a little bit of each I Ching or I Ching description online for each number, or for each hexagram, I should say, sorry. And then only I got the cards and I looked in the guidebook, and the guidebook, I don't know. I don't know, I have a little bit of a conflict, internal conflict when it comes to the guidebook that's included. But I mean, you know, because it's I Ching, I can look up the meaning online if I feel like the guidebook is not exactly clear to me. But yeah, if you'd like to see a review of any of those cards, by the way, I mean decks, then please let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to do so. Okay, so the next one is, I think, quite interesting, but I haven't used it yet again. So this is the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus. I haven't seen this one in anybody's collection, I don't think. I think only I kind of flipped through some... did I even watch some reviews on YouTube? I don't know. But, so as you can see, so the book is quite sizable. It has a lot of information. I really like this deck. Now, that's not necessarily for the art, but okay, hang on, because I want to say like 10 things at once. This is actually really interesting because it is based on Nostradamus's texts. I can't remember what they're called now. Oh, quatrains, I think they're called. They tell you a little bit of a story of how this deck was created, what the quatrains are, and so, okay, I even have it still in the slips because I did take them out, but I kind of like just put them back because I decided that I'll use those cards for... I wanted to try and dabble a little bit of like wordly predictions, but just for myself. I don't think I'm not planning on doing anything like that on my channel. But I just wanted to ask about completely external circumstances. So like if I wanted to look up some information about, I don't know, someone known, or like a, I don't know, political outcome for specific country and stuff like that. I just wanted to kind of try to do that, and I thought this would be the best deck for that because, okay, I only read the guidebook once and it was a while ago, but from what I remember, actually I'm just gonna look in the guidebook, but each card also has 2 verses of each quatrain, right, if I'm saying it right. And so if you, for instance, pull 2 cards, then you create, because each quatrain has 4 verses, 4 verses. So then if you put 2 cards together, then you can read the full quatrain, which might be created from completely different quatrains. I hope that makes sense. I'm really sorry if I'm really confusing you right now. If you would like a fuller review where I can actually nicely explain all of that, please let me know in the comments. But I thought it has, basically this has a very, so each quatrain, as you can see here, has a couplet. So couplet, it's just like 2 verses, right? Each quatrain, so they give you what quatrain it comes from. Those are just the 2 verses, so there are obviously 2 other verses from that quatrain somewhere else in the book, but you mix and match different quatrains, so different statements, couplets from each prediction that Nostradamus did, and you kind of like create a different prediction, if that makes sense. But I thought, I don't know, I'm probably not explaining it very well. I thought it's very interesting, sounds like fun, and also it's very, very mysterious and mystical, right? Based on Nostradamus's predictions. So I still want to work with it. Next, the Goddess Oracle. So this Goddess Oracle is actually my only Goddess Oracle that I have. And I think it's going to stay this way because this is one of the decks that I've been, that I bought due to sentiment. So I received a reading a few years back from a reader who had these cards, and I really loved how she did the reading and what the cards told us, and so I kind of, I don't know, it just stuck in my mind. And when I was ready to buy a goddess deck, I really wanted this one. Now at the time I didn't actually know what this deck was called. I'm sorry about the light. I didn't know what this deck was called, because I wasn't paying attention at the time, obviously, when I was receiving a reading. So I've been watching quite a few videos on goddess decks that people have on YouTube until I basically found it. I really, really like the book. It has meditations included in there, how to work with the goddess. I think it always has a very accurate message. And yeah, I wish to use it one day the way I had the reading, which is, you know, a very good reading to distinguish what the person's personality is like, maybe what they're fighting with, what issues they have, right? It definitely brought up some of my issues, but it was very, very insightful and very, very helpful. Also, very good deck, very good deck. And I have, apart from tarot and angel decks, I don't have many for each other, for any other criteria, let's say, like animal decks or fairy decks or goddess decks. If I have a goddess deck, then it's just this one and I'm happy. And same with fairy deck, which I will get to in part 3 of my collection. Anyway, moving on. Next one, Dream Reading Cards by Rose and Sarah. So as I mentioned at the beginning, I do insight into your dreams readings, and I do use this deck, although it is obviously dream reading cards deck. It doesn't mean you can't use any other cards, so I do use others as well. But I really, really like the information that's included in this. It has the cards divided into dreams and Oracle. So then you would have some basic overall general meaning of, you know, if you dream about something specific like possessions, it will have information on what that could mean. And then you pull the Oracle cards to find out what is the message or what you need to do about it. You know, that depends on how you do the reading, what kind of question you ask. So whether it's what do I need to know about this dream, or what are the messages from my spirit, what's the message from my higher self, what's the action I should take, you know, etc., etc. Again, depending on what you want to find out, you can use these Oracle cards to help with that part. But yeah, otherwise you have the dreams. So if you dream of games, if you dream of spiritual guides, vehicles and cars, if you dream about your body, water, etc., etc. Feeling chased, I think that's definitely been a recurring theme in my dreams years back. Animals, birth and babies, food, blah blah blah. There is a lot in there. So if you'd like, I suppose, something, you know, one, if you like cards, I guess you do if you're watching this video, plus you would like to learn a little bit more, something like that's like a startup information about dreams, this would be really good. If you would like a full review, let me know in the comments. Okay, next I've got the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman. I really, really like those cards, even though I use them very rarely. But that is only because the messages can really hit you hard, and they can really, they're definitely truth tellers, and they don't care about, you know, the delivery. So yeah, if you want some tough love kind of readings, even though some of the pictures are super cute, then get this deck. And it, you know, it teaches you about chakras as well at the same time. So each card obviously has a different color scheme, so that, you know, because it relates to different chakras. And then, you know, whatever blockage or information comes through is related to that chakra of yours, so you can do some chakra work based on that, following the reading. They're really good. So I haven't taken them out very often. I think I've only done, I don't know if I maybe even done just one reading for someone else with this deck, because I just, like I say, I just know that it's going to be, you know, the truth that may be a little bit harsh to hear sometimes, or hard to hear. I don't know, just depends on the person. Do you feel they're ready to hear it? Then you can use those for someone else as well. Suppose it depends on what kind of reading style you have as well. But yeah, they're very good. Highly recommend. If you'd like a deeper review of those and the guidebook, please let me know in the comments. Or maybe, do you have them? Do you like them? Do you use them? I need to take them out a bit more. But I feel like this is, because I do online live readings every Thursday on my channel, by the way. I don't think I would ever take these out to be doing online public readings for anyone, you know? Because I think that's a little bit too much information to be sharing in public. Next one, Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Very popular deck. I got two of her decks, this one and the next one that you probably know what's coming. When I started working with my star guides, basically. Once I started working with the Starseed side of myself, I really like them. I do really like the art, the illustrations. I love those colors, very much up my alley, and they really do, as intended, I guess, feel very cosmic and otherworldly. And this is definitely the feel that I get from them whenever I read them. But so far, I think I've only done reading for myself and maybe a few speedy guidance readings on my channel. By the way, that's also available. Speedy guidance readings are it's just a one card pull that I do that takes, I don't know, between 30 seconds to 1 minute, that gives you an answer to your question. So if you want a speedy guidance, something really fast without listening to a whole pick a card reading, then head over to my speedy guidance playlist. I need to put up a bit more of those on there actually. Beautiful. And then another one from Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel, the Starseed Oracle. Also very popular deck. I really like the spreads suggested in the guidebook to find out more about your mission in this life, your path, your origins. Very good. That's why I definitely like oracle cards with guidebooks. I don't know if there are any without guidebooks, but just saying. I really like when the author and the publishers put some effort into creating those. Okay. Okay, so last but not least from this part is it's quite big, the box, the Moon Oracle by Carolyn Smith and John Astrop. So this deck, this is my only Moon Oracle deck. I know that there's a very popular one by oh my gosh, I just forgot her name now. The Moon Manifestation deck and the Moonology, Moonology Manifestation and just Moonology deck. When it comes to moon decks, I know that this one is very popular, as well as the Moon Oracle. I think it's called Moon Oracle. This one is a bit less known, I believe, because it's actually quite old. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember now because again I read the book quite a while ago, but I think it's from the 90s or maybe even earlier, 70s, gosh, I don't know. But so okay, first of all, the book actually tells you so much about the moon. Again, if you'd like a full review, please let me know and I'll tell you all about it. For now, I just want to show you how so it has goddesses. Sorry, this one I think is just like on its own. Okay, goddesses and moon. Oh my word, moon quadrants? Is it a quadrant? House, sorry, mansion. Oh, there you go. I should have prepared better before recording this, but yeah, so for each moon mansion, so you know how we have houses in astrology. Before there was astrology that was based on the sun, we had astrology based on the moon and the moon's phases and how it moves across each mansion. So within each house, astrological house, there is a moon. I think it fits like 6, I don't know, 4 to 6 maybe moon mansions or something. I'm not an expert in this, so please don't quote me, but yeah, at least 4. So then, you know, each astrological house has like an extra energy to it based on which part of that astrological house, you know, a planet might be within your natal chart and stuff. and then each goddess kind of rules over each mansion, I think that's how it is. I need to read this guidebook again. Anyway, then you're moving to each phase of the moon. Now, I gotta say, I mean, personally, this is not my art style when it comes to reading intuitively. So I didn't really choose this deck for that reason, because it is very specific to actual moon phases. But what this deck does with the book is actually really teaches you about moon, how to work with moon, and what each phase really means. And they have some pretty interesting spreads in there, spread suggestions. And yeah, this, you really learn about the moon. Let's just say this. You know, if it's in the air sign, waxing, air moon, so it has each phase of the moon. Full moon, water, in a water sign. Last quarter, waning water moon. You know, so it's very, very detailed, exactly illustrating each phase of the moon. And then you have the goddesses as an extra to give you some more information as to maybe what action to take, or, you know, stuff like that. I can't remember because I actually haven't used it yet much, but I bought it for the purpose of study of the moon, and I do really want to use it more, but I feel like it needs a little bit more research and study on my part. Okay, so this was my deck collection part 2. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my last part 3.